Hi, welcome all our lovely Business Foundation students. I want to make a really quick video to give you some advice on how you can use the web to make you a wonderful student. As we talked about in induction, if you give excellence this year, then good things will happen. First step, on all of your computers in the building and also on your tablet, your laptop and perhaps even a desktop at home, make sure you have Google Chrome. It is, in my opinion, by far the best browser. I really like it because you can use it in school, you can store all your passwords to all your websites, and I think you'll find it very useful. Okay, what you need to do is, if you don't have an account, create a Google account. I also want you to bear in mind that I see many people try and join UCAS with some silly names. You're not Spanish Dog or the Ghost of Years Gone Past or I Love Berbatov. Your name on Google should be something sensible that you're happy to go on your UCAS form. Okay, so create a nice sensible Google account with a name that's serious and academic. Okay, so that's your first step. Once you've registered for a Google account, you'll have a number of default packages and apps that will be available to you. First of all, very obviously, is Gmail, which will be very sensible for you to use with your good username. The next one I'd like you to see and think about and advertise is Google Drive. You might need to go and get this from the apps section at the bottom of the page. Google Drive is an application that allows you to save up to 5 gigs of essays and PDFs so that you never have to worry about losing your material, your homework ever again. Okay, so join Google Drive and I'll show you in the next slide how to use it. Okay, as you'll see in the top right hand corner of the screen, the username for me on Gmail is Oxbell Business Foundation. You'll be hearing that again. And this is inside my Google Drive. I use it to store all sorts of folders and all sorts of documents that are used for teaching and for managing the Business Foundation program. You can do exactly the same, and you should do exactly the same. You can add audio, Word documents, you can add video, and it's a perfect way to make sure that you never leave your homework behind. As I say as well, you can link this to your smartphone, your tablet, your laptop, so that you're always connected. This is a beauty of Google Chrome. You're always connected to all your documents every day of the week, wherever you are. Next website that I thoroughly recommend, I'm sure many of you have heard it before, is Twitter, twitter.com. You typically, I know a lot of people use their smartphone to access this as well as a regular laptop or computer. So all you need is your name, your email, which is on your Google account, and a new password. You set up and register for Twitter. And the beauty of this website is that you can follow all sorts of information from major companies, universities. UCAS are on there. And if you have the wisdom to follow Oxbell Biz Foundation, as you see on the screen, we will personally, at Bellaby's, look out for all the good talks that are going on in Oxford, lots of articles to read, competitions, and any information that we think will be relevant to you as business students. Okay, and very quickly, this is the account for Bellaby's Oxford Business Foundation, Oxbell Biz Foundation. And as you can see, it links to our WordPress. We'll talk about WordPress again in a second. I'm sure you know Twitter. I find it very useful, and I hope you'll all be following us. Many thanks. The number one most important website for this whole academic year is ucas.com. Make sure you add it. As with all of these websites, you make sure that it's part of your favorites, part of your tabs, that's remembered on Google Chrome, and make sure that it remembers your login details, because you'll be accessing ucas.com probably every day in January, February and March. You'll be researching which courses to apply for, you'll be adding your details, you'll be entering your personal statement, and soon you'll be checking to see which universities are going to offer you a place. Okay, it's not all hard work. To make yourself a brilliant student, you need to be thinking of a range of media that is useful to you. Your family in particular will be fascinated about what it's like to live and study in the city of Oxford, one of the most famous academic cities in the entire world. As such, I recommend you sign up using your Twitter account with Flickr. Flickr.com enter your Twitter account details and it will create a new profile for you, and take photos of your adventures, the universities you visit, the events you go to in Oxford, and all the general things of having a happy life here. I'm sure your family will really appreciate seeing a regular updated blog of all your photos and perhaps even video, all your adventures with us this calendar year 2013. Right, next website I thoroughly recommend to become one of your favorites and for you to use is WordPress.com. Again, very simple to register. Click on the Get Started button and sign up, probably with your Twitter account or Gmail account. Beauty of WordPress is that, again, with your family you can keep them posted on all your learning and all your adventures in Oxford. But as you'll find with UCAS, you've got to make a personal statement, and it's very difficult in only a few hundred words to summarize all the books you've read, all the talks you've attended, all your opinions about marketing or accounting or business management. This is where your WordPress can step in. A really good blog with some photos, some video, some entries, some essays that you're writing will really show to the elite universities how passionate you are about your course. So it's a wonderful way. You can just put in your blog title in your personal statement and they can start reading about all of the adventures and all the knowledge you have. Okay, next website I recommend is Quora, Quora. Again, as you see, all of these things are so easily integrated. You sign up your Twitter, and then in the top you see the gold star in the top right there. You click on the gold star and make it one of your favorite tabs, and every time you open Chrome it will log you in. The beauty of Quora is that you can ask a question, any question you want, and some fascinating people from around the planet will answer it. So you might ask a question that's academic in nature. You might say, to what extent is borrowing a danger for modern economies? You might ask a question about UCAS and universities. Which would be the best for this course, or which would be the best if you want to start your own business in the future? And you also find that fascinating answers will be there about anything else in your life, about which novels to read or which films to watch. So I think it's a fascinating website. Sign up with your Twitter. You can follow on Quora, so you can follow Quora on Twitter for all the interesting different discussions that are taking place. Okay, the last website I'm going to advertise today is Interesting Talks in Oxford. But as you'll notice, you can follow their feed on Twitter or Facebook. Of course, I'm sure many of you have Facebook accounts. Beauty of being in Oxford is that from around the world, people with books to plug or with lecture tours, Oxford University, Oxford Union, the Saïd Business School, you get some absolutely fantastic speakers in the city of Oxford. And many of these talks are for free. So if you follow this, you can attend fascinating talks, and these can be written up and talked about in your WordPress blog. The best universities expect you to be attending lectures as an undergraduate, and if you're doing it now, studying on Business Foundation, you learn more about your future education, and it will show to universities how passionate you indeed are about your course. Okay, so there we go. Using Google Chrome and 10 minutes of your time, you can sign up for all the websites that will bring depth to your answers in essays, that will support your education here at Bellaby's, that will enhance your UCAS application. I think it would be a wonderful way to take a really professional approach to your studies this year. If you've got any questions, put them on Quora, or even better, tweet at OxBellBizFoundation. Okay, many thanks guys, and have a brilliant year.